They're revitalizing communities in Detroit to improve the quality of life and bring about positive lifestyle-changing experiences of low-income to moderate-income families who live in urban communities. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me now is the Executive Director of the Urban Development Corporation, Vanessa Peake. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me today.
What exactly, because that was a little broad, is the Urban Development Corporation?
We're a nonprofit organization doing work on the northeast side of Detroit, and our focus is trying to bring stabilization, revitalization to the inner city neighborhoods.
And what do we need to do, aside from pour a whole lot of funding into communities, in order to do that?
Well, that's what we need. We need funding. We need to look at ways to eliminate blight. We need to focus on bringing not only revitalization, stabilization, but sustainability. We need to begin to focus our attention on job creation, bringing new emerging businesses to the northeast side of Detroit.
Because once you have people who want to live in a certain area because they're employed and they have money and they can pay taxes, you would think that the rest would follow. If you're able to afford a home and fix up a home and pay to stay there, and enough people eventually do that, you can build a neighborhood that way.
Yes.
A lot is happening in the Midtown area, in the downtown area, private investors, big businesses coming forward with large donations of money and personal money, and we're seeing a lot of improvements. Is that happening at all in the neighborhoods, and does it need to in order for all of Detroit to be successful?
It's not happening in the neighborhoods, and our progress is very slow. The northeast side of Detroit is devastated as a consequence of the substantial foreclosures that we saw. It's devastated as a consequence of the loss of automotive jobs, and it has not recovered. And we really need corporate sponsors to step up and help us accelerate the revitalization of these neighborhoods. We need to focus on how do we go ahead and tear down the blighted houses, look at the houses that can be saved. Let's save those. Let's get monies made available for individuals, potential homeowners who want to buy homes. This area is really a great area. You know, it borders our suburban communities. It was once a strong working class community. The homes in this geographic area, what we like most about them, they're affordable. And as you know, that the companies, manufacturing companies, are no longer paying high wage rates. These jobs, these homes, this community is great for someone who is just now starting their career.
Is that really how it needs to be done, sort of one neighborhood at a time? If we could take this northeast side of Detroit and build a block at a time, a neighborhood at a time, and sort of expand from there until eventually all of the Detroit neighborhoods are vibrant somehow in their own way?
Yes.
And I know it's going to take a lot of funding and for some corporate sponsors to step up, but volunteer organizations as well. You know, we hear about blight busters and local nonprofits coming in. Hopefully collaboration amongst the city, new administration, and some of those nonprofits. Are those folks working together, or I'm assuming you're encouraging them to start if they're not?
Yes, we are working together, but we need more partnerships. And we really need, if there's one thing that we really need, is that we need the corporate community to step up. And we also, when we look at stepping up, we consider and say the corporations that have been helped through the bailout really need to help us.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. For more information on today's topic, you can head to urbandevelopmentcorp.org. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Vanessa Peake, the Executive Director of Urban Development Corporation.